I have a motorcycle. Just looking to make it a little more visible when I'm putting brakes on and such. So I picked up a couple of these LED strips. They're 12 volt. You'll get the sticky tape on the back. They are model, what are they? So they're 2-piece, 2 by 4.5 inch universal M Light Super Red 6 SMD. So I picked those up, and they are pretty bright. Let me just give a little sample here of how bright they are. You can see they come on pretty bright. So I think driving around, I'll stick these on the back of the motorcycle. These will be able to be seen. So I saw people were using strobe controllers for the LEDs. Now this is really going to grab somebody's attention when you have something red flashing in front of you. So what I also picked up was this, the GS100A strobe controller. So when I plug that in, you'll be able to see it has different strobe functionality. I'll get an in and out here. Make sure I get them in the right spot. So we'll see what happens there. You can see where it flashes. So every time you put the brake light on, and I'll simulate that with my power supply, power box here. Put the brake on, it flashes like so, and then it comes to a resting point of just straight red. Solid red. So every time you hit the brakes, you get that flashing. And they're pretty bright, so it should grab people's attention. So I'm going to mount these up, wire this into the brake light on the motorcycle. I'll mount these on the back. I want to get them up somewhat high. This is the box I bought for the setup. I'm thinking about putting the LEDs. Might be a little large, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to mount the LEDs here. So we get a little more light up here. It's a terrible spot for light. I was thinking about mounting the LEDs on the box here. Sticking that on the back of the bike. Where it's black, it should blend in. The box itself might be a little large for what I was looking for, but we'll see how it looks. I'll put the controller in here, bring the wires out through the bottom to wire into the tail lights. On the front here, I'll pop some holes underneath and mount those wires through so I can wire it up inside. Now this is not a waterproof box, so I'll probably end up putting it upside down. So I guess I'm just going to take the double-sided tape, the foam, and stick it on the back of this controller. Mount that inside. Alright. So the in's going to go over to the bike side, the out to the lights, turn it upside like this. I think I'll mount one here. Mount the second just below it. Making a mark so I can put some holes in here to run the wires through. Get some light in here. I was able to get some holes put into this. I'm going to mount these. Hopefully this is a good tape. If not, I'll get some 3M to stick it down. We'll see how this works out. Somewhat straight. Okay, there's one. And these LEDs are waterproof. They're all encased in resin or plastic. So I'll go for the next one. Could have cut this off, but I want to see how much I need to work with once it's inside the box. And then I'll cut off what I don't need. Now this is where I want to kind of get them somewhat even. Alright, in the I'll stick this one down. So that's not too bad there. Now, working inside, I can cut off a lot of this wire. Just don't need all the wire that I have with it. So I'll get my soldering iron going and I'll solder this stuff up. I've got to poke another hole in the back here to bring the... Actually, this is the input and that's the output. I'm going to make sure I solder the proper spots. So this is going to come, poke a hole over here, and this is going to come in from the taillight. I'll solder all this part together, cut off the excess wire, cut that off, solder this up, poke another hole in the back here. This goes to the tail lights, and then we'll see about mounting it on the bike. That's the part I haven't completely figured out yet. Got some soldering done here. Just got my two LEDs mounted. I'm going to put a little bit of silicone or something in the holes. Just cover those up, make sure the water doesn't get into them. Wire both of them up to the one controller. Everything seems to work. Of course, solder. Put some heat shrink on it. Now, next part. I think I'm going to take the excess wire that I have and wire it up to here inside and bring this back up along to where I want to mount it. I've got to figure out which wire. I think I can pick this up under the seat for the wire that controls the brake light, because I don't really want to have this running down maybe underneath the fender or on top of the fender. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to probably bring this all the way back up in behind some of the bars and then in under the seat, and there should be a connector there. So I'll just use my multimeter and testing the wires until I find the one that controls the brake light. So once I do that, I'll mount this up and give another look at it later on. Everything's wired up. Just going to do a final test here. Get everything soldered, heat shrink, wires coming to the back, LEDs on the front. So we'll give her some power. The arm's in the way. See how it does some random flashing and then goes on solid. So every time I hit the brakes, either the front or back brakes, this is what should happen. The folks in behind me should see me coming, or should see me stopping, not coming.